Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Illusion of Gaia. And what the hell kind of tornado ran through here?
Looks like Will Smith ran through here.
Oh.
Well, it says Will's house.
Yeah, Will's the main hero, you dumbass.
Oh. So you're saying that he's not going to get jiggy with it?
No. Well, you might want to get jiggy with Kara later. Hey-oh.
Oh.
Anyway, what's going on here is we found out that the hunter that the king hired, what we heard about earlier in the castle, decided to come by Will's place and trash the joint.
Why? Because I'm a dick.
Pretty much. Thankfully, Lily here actually has rescued his grandparents before they got themselves into trouble.
Yeah, that's good because last thing we need is another main character who loses his parents or grandparents or whoever.
Well, he's already lost both of his actual parents. It's just his grandparents now.
I know, but that would have made it double cliche.
This is true.
By the way, Karma, do you have to be that much of a bitch? Leave my grandparents alone! You've already taken my parents!
But yeah. Anyway, they're getting ready to head over to Lily's village, called the Itori village. But first, before you get a chance to say goodbye to everybody, but honestly, you can talk to all the townspeople. They say pretty much the exact same stuff. Nothing has changed. The only thing this does is allow you to go visit Gem the Jeweler to turn in the gems that you've collected so far.
I have a feeling that he'll be showing up in other towns, right?
Yes, but but not as you would expect. There's a trick to it. He says he's a master of disguise, and that is true. You will see him in many forms throughout the game. He'll never look the same.
Oh god, Master of Disguise, no!
Not that one.
Not that shitty movie.
Anyway, so because of that, we're now up to 7 jewels. So for getting 3, we get an herb. So we got a healing item, and if we've got 5. Our defense has gone up a point, too. So, a little more defense. And you can see here, let me just go ahead and give you a better look at the inventory here. Life Force, Strength, Psycho Power, Dark Power, and his secrets.
It'll be interesting to see what some of those abilities do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, we'll be seeing some inkling of that soon enough, I can assure you.
Although I wouldn't look forward to it. All that it is, slight spoiler. All that it is, it's like this stupid ass book called The Secret.
Oprah.
Oh yeah, and of course, because we have 2 women in a room, they hate each other.
Of course, it wouldn't be a stereotypical thing without that happening.
Yep. But of course, Kara wants to come along, and Lily's saying, it's dangerous! But of course, Kara... The thing about Kara is, again, tsundere. She's a bit of a bitch. And a whiny one at that.
So
and now we're back on...
So she's crazy.
She's a crazy bitch, yeah.
And now we're back onto the linear map.
Yep, back to off to Itori Village. Hey, Lily, I hate to tell you this, but your village ain't quite there right now.
I see what looks like would be an overworld.
Well, what this actually is actually the hill. The village, as Lily just explained, the village is invisible. It's protected by an invisibility barrier, and the key to it is once again that song that we learned from Grandma Lola. That's why I'm playing it now.
Oh, so I guess that's the Zelda's lullaby of this game.
In a way, yeah.
Also, thank God it's not a miniature village, because otherwise we just stepped on a skyscraper.
Yeah, no, not that. But now, by the power of music, the village appears.
By the way, have we made any Green Ranger references with that flute yet?
We have now.
It'd be ironic that the way to make this village appear would be by playing Back in Black or Yo, shoot me all night long.
By the way, you just saw I grabbed the red jewel there in the logs. Only red jewel in the village. So don't worry, that's it from there. In fact, I can tell you.
Well, my worries are over.
In fact, you can also rest assured that is the only red jewel we'll be getting in this part.
Wow.
Well, we don't really do too many other stops outside of this, and we'll be getting to the next dungeon in the next part.
And we're still in sort of the beginning, so exposition is likely.
There's actually going to be a mix of like, I'm pretty sure we're going to have a lot of instances where it's going to be like a story, a part of nothing but story and dialogue versus a part of nothing but action. Because that tends to happen a lot. Is the action scenes get split up. Though probably around midway through the game, we're going to have a section where we're going to have a lot of action parts and few dialogue parts. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Anyway, we're going to head into the dark. There's a dark space here in the town, and you're going to notice something here. There's a statue of Will sitting there. And
that is interesting.
Well, what it is as Guy is explaining, we actually got to get a new move for Will in here. We actually got to get a special move for him. The Psycho Dash.
Sounds like it's going to be quite useful in battle.
Not so much for battle. It's actually more of an exploratory and puzzle-solving move. That it can be used in battle, but I'll be honest with you, you very rarely will want to use it because it's kind of finicky. What it is that what you do is you hold down the attack button, and you'll start to glow, indicating that you're charging up. Once you start glowing rapidly, you're fully charged, and you'll see right here. 1, 2, and then you let go, and you just try to charge forward slightly.
And then you bounce back?
You bounce right back to where you came from. So it can be useful in that. It can have its uses in battle if you can master it, but I honestly can tell you this. Your flute does enough damage, you don't really want to rely too much on that dash attack.
Also, so you could do a dash attack and run into walls. So Will is the Shockmaster? No. I gotta do it right. The Shockmaster.
Anyway, I don't know how well YouTube's compression shows this, but there's actually a ghost sitting there in the flower field right there in front of me.
The ghost looks like it's flickering.
Yeah, it's supposed to be flickering. Sometimes YouTube's compression can hide that, so it's a good thing you guys can see that. Basically, he's just saying that Will's family actually comes from the Itori village, unbeknownst to even himself.
Haven't heard that one before.
Yeah, apparently his mother came from Itori village and fell in love with Will's father, who apparently also has something unusual about him, but we don't know what.
I'm going to guess that he's the real prince of the whole land.
I don't think it's anything that extreme.
hey, he's the fresh prince of the whole land.
Heyo. Anyway, now that we've talked to him, we can go down here. He's given us permission to locate the Incan statue that's hidden in here in the village. What you want to do is you go up here to the top wall here, and you whack it with your flute until you hear it clank something right there. Then use your Psycho Dash. Boom!
Oh yeah!
So it's sort of like using a bomb in Zelda to open up new areas.
Pretty much, and you'll be seeing more instances of that later.
Okay, I know I complained about the text going fast last time, but that's just slow.
A lot of the item collection things are going to do that, especially for major items, so kind of get used to that.
That was like original Ocarina of Time slow right there.
Damn.
Well, I mean, I did try to slow down the text for you guys a little bit here too, so.
I do appreciate that, but yeah, these programmers seem to be very not sure what speed they want to go with overall for text speed.
Yeah,
well.
I think what it was is that for most text they wanted to go pretty quickly, like it all loads up and just read it as quickly as you can. But for like item gets and stuff, they want you to know what you got, so they slowed it down. But yeah, I can see your point there.
Yeah, it makes sense. And how are you able just to fly around like that?
Basically, when you go down the hill, you gain a lot of momentum, and then when you hit a ramp and you just go flying like that. You're going to be seeing a lot of that later on.
That's looks like it's going to be really fun.
Oh yeah, you're going to get a power later on that's going to let you do that even more, that kind of thing. But that won't be till way later in the game, and it's kind of finicky. You know, controls aren't perfect, but they're not terrible either. Like movement in combat is pretty simple, but some of the special moves can get a little finicky for Will.
Also, Moon Tribe. We're not gonna run into you know who, right?
No, I don't think we will.
Well, we don't have to worry about finding love by daylight, are we?
No, nothing like that. No high school girls and sailor skirts.
See other scoots?
I can't talk today. No, but we are here now. Now we went off, and of course, Kara's pissed off because we left her behind again. But Lily and I are now here at the Moon Tribe camp.
And let me guess, she's gonna come in off screen and be all pissy, isn't she?
Not here.
Oh.
Actually, both characters are gonna be in trouble. She's gonna smash in.
Oh, by the way, guess who? Little illusion of choice there. None of those are none of those are correct.
No.
They will always be wrong.
Dancing skulls?
These are the Moon Tribe people.
Interesting design.
Mm-hmm. And also one of our first instances of reused assets from previous games. True facts, these ghost characters were actually used in Soul Blazer, the first of the Gaia trilogy I mentioned back in part 1, as enemies.
Ah, so reusing enemy skin for other people.
Mm-hmm. And I believe also some of the other assets, like the dialogue boxes, are also pretty much ripped right out of Soul Blazer. So you'll be seeing that. So if you ever play Soul Blazer, you'll see that as well.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, I mean they reuse a few assets, a few sprites and stuff like that. They don't like overdo it, but if you played all 3 games, you will see some similarities. Anyway, we're gonna head into this cave here, and the Moon Tribe is going to challenge us for the other Incan statue. There are a few enemies in here, and you have 20 seconds to kill them all.
Or you will die.
Not so much that, you'll just lose. But trick to beating this: try to attack more than one at a time.
It almost looks like you threw one into another.
Yeah, pretty much. The momentum kind of did some damage. So yeah, that you kind of want to do that because that'll make it get you through a lot quicker. And with that, we now have Incan statue B. We now have the 2 Incan statues we need, and we'll be heading off to the Incan temple in just a moment.
So what happens next is when you get the 3rd Incan statue, the 4th one's free.
It is Black Friday.
Well, we are recording this on Black Friday, but you know.
Yeah, we are recording this on Black Friday. It's behind the scenes at RVT. So now that we're done here, we're heading off to the Incan temple, which is the site of the next dungeon. And unlike the prison dungeon, which was rather short when you really look at it, this one is quite extensive and includes a boss fight.
Ooh, boss fight.
Oh yeah, this has boss fights in it, and there are some devious boss fights. You'll see when we get there.
Was that Stalin's face?
No, that was just an Incan statue.
Oh.
Looks like Elvis Presley gained a few thousand tons.
Oh.
And only a face. Wait, that's the face of Bo.
Oh, jeez.
I was wondering how long we'd go without a Doctor Who reference.
Not very, considering that we're still hyped over the special.
Yeah. So we walk over here, and there's the entrance to the dungeon, and oh, hello!
She just happened to be hiding there.
You're dead weight, that's why.
Yep. She basically walked her way over to the Incan temple from the Artori village.
Alrighty then.
So, yeah, she didn't follow us to the Moon Tribe camp. She decided to meet us over at the temple. And now, of course, she's going to be... Lily's going to have to stay behind, so we're going to be off on our own for the next dungeon.
Oh. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So, unlike The Legend of Zelda, unlike Ocarina of Time, yeah, that's going to be... Lily's going to be able to stay behind. You're not always going to have your Navi with you. But that does it for us here in Part 3. Next time, we're going to have ourselves a little bit of dungeon exploring. See you guys next time.
Rocco!